They're not even let me come back to my picture.
All right. There. No. No. There you are. There you are.
Okay. What up? Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. That beard's looking extra majestic today.
Thank you. Yeah, the ladies working the perfume and cologne counters they're like, oh, hey, you keep it so soft.
uh,
So yeah, still spent a pretty good chunk today in perfume and 2 perfumes and 1 cologne. But that's what I do every year. I get the wife some perfume, and then I always buy myself a cologne because if I don't, nobody gonna buy it for me. So, and if they do, they ain't gonna get what I like.
hey, what's up, Hunting?
What up, Hunting? I saw that video. Yeah, 9/11 was definitely not an inside job. The airplanes hit from the outside.
He said, "Did you get my Discord message?" Yes, sir. He did get
I
your
think
Discord.
so, if that's the one.
I like that hat, by the way. I like that hat.
I think this is my dad's. This is an old Harley hat. You
Yeah,
can't
that's
find them like this
classical.
no more. I need to actually put some mink oil on it.
The
But
like
yeah,
has been deposited. Awesome, Lord Naruku. We're gonna be talking about that Juan Hernandez situation.
say it with me. Say it with me. Juan Orlando Hernandez.
Juan Orlando Hernandez. I'm
No,
horrible
no,
at
no,
rolling.
no.
I can't
You got
roll the R.
you got to roll the R's.
No,
Juan
no.
Orlando Hernandez from Honduras.
Uh,
Okay, it was too
I
much.
noticed he called himself Orlando, which I'm just gonna refer to him as Orlando.
Well,
No one is
Orlando is
above the law.
a. Yeah.
For everyone
Unfortunately,
just
I think
joining
they
in,
stuck it. I think they stuck it to this one.
oh yeah, everyone go watch that interview out there. If you're interested in that drug drug dealer Trump pardoned. I actually, you know what? I didn't think he would do that, but I do kind of appreciate him getting out there and doing those interviews because that kind of makes, that kind of clears the air. And also, a lot of people are questioning Trump about it. And that definitely clears the air a bit about it. And that kind of gets the
Yeah.
pressure off him as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that he made the video. That video I think was 2 days old, and they've got a Interpol out. Is it an Interpol they have
Yeah,
out
and
for him?
Interpol. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to figure the government, the Honduran government, right now is under the administration of what the equivalent of a Democrat administration would be.
Yep. That's
And
unfortunate.
we all know that if there are fascists out there, they're definitely lefties right now.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
he's a
did I
conservative
not
in
get
his party.
censored? Did I not? Did a lefty not attempt to censor me in Discord this week?
They did try to. They did. I don't know who. We have our evidence of who it is, but we're not gonna go out there talking about it too much. But we have our evidence. So if you're watching this and you did it, we know it's you, and we're on to you. We have a
Yeah.
whole army of guys on to you. So just remember that. But yeah, go watch that interview. But we've been telling you exactly what he said. And oh, you guys are just some dumb rednecks, dumb hillbillies, just dumb maggots. You don't know what you're talking about. You support Donald Trump. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
The truth finally came out about Juan Orlando Hernandez.
Juan Orlando Hernandez.
The truth
I'll
came
do it.
out about this guy, and guess what? Now you can't say we were wrong because I posted a whole video about it actually. That 36-minute video got almost 500 views, I think. 400 something views.
Okay.
Name drop the T from Discord. What T from Discord? Oh, the T from Discord. Basically, he said something about pronouns. Like he had this cross that was, literally just a cross. It said the word pronouns in it. This was nothing to do with any violence or anything like that. It was just a bunch of words and letters that said pronouns, and it was on fire. And someone tried to censor him for that, but luckily they
Yeah,
failed because
they tried to take it as a threat, but I'm here to tell you that if I'm going to threaten you, I'm going to straight. You know how I'm going to do it, Graham. I'm going to
he's
call them
gonna
out.
go
I'm going to be.
ballistic.
Yeah, I'm going to go what they call 10 toes in.
10 toes in. We got 87 people in here, guys. Happy Sunday. We got Christmas right around the corner. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. We only got 2 likes in here. Bring someone on to argue with you. Listen, buddy, it's almost New Year's. I've had enough of these, fellas, saying this, that, and the third, all these profanities. They can't act like human beings. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but Dusty knows exactly what I'm talking about behind the scenes. But they can't
Yeah.
act like reasonable, intelligent human beings. And it's
Yeah,
not
and then
just
they
the
want to tank the. And then they want to tank the stream with obscenities at the end.
yeah. And no
Some
kidding.
real
Yesterday,
punk shit.
Me and Time did a video, and it got flagged for adults only. I mean, it was for adults only. It didn't drop the views at all. I don't really care. It was an adult podcast, but at the same time, that just tells me that someone is saying, "Oh, he said a curse word. He said a curse word," and they try to flag it on me, basically. As a
They tried to.
non-American, you should be minding your own fucking business, Jack. We are the superior country. We rule the world. So bow down. Do you like the new name for the Kennedy Center? Oh, absolutely.
What is the new name?
The Trump Kennedy Center?
Okay.
Trump Kennedy. Uh I think they should
Well,
we I think they should rename the White House to the Orange Man House and spray paint the whole thing orange.
they should. They actually should. Well,
Dude,
I
they'd
mean,
be pulling their hair out about that for an entire year.
have you seen what the Obama library looks like?
No?
You have not seen the Obama presidential library?
What does it look like? I think you showed it to me
A
before.
freaking prison. It looks like a prison, man. It ain't got no color. It ain't white. It ain't black. It ain't got no color. It is like a prison gray. I mean,
Well,
all they need to.
knowing Barack Hussein Obama and how him and Kamala Harris like to lock up young black men, it probably is a prison. I mean, what did
Well,
Barack Obama do for black people? Arrest more of them and put them in prison? I mean, who would have thought that Donald J. Trump was going to be the one pardoning black rappers, musicians, Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, all these rappers? That was Trump? That was Trump. That wasn't Obama. When you go back through looking through history books, they're literally going to be saying, "Oh, was that Obama or Trump?" Oh wait, no, that was Trump. Because they ain't
I
going to
know that.
believe that the white orange man did it instead of the black president that was right there before him. What's up,
I
bro?
know
Just
that.
ignore the libtards. I don't like to ignore them because they make me laugh. What's up, Panther? How you doing, man? Happy holidays, sir. Happy holidays, everyone out there. Both me and him did a little bit of getting ready for Christmas today. We both went to the
Yep.
mall.
Bought some smelly stuff, some cologne and some perfume.
Someone asked, did it have a photo of Obama's husband in there? No, that's in the White House. You know how, actually, you know how that Trump replaced Biden's photo with the pen, with the auto
Auto
pen?
pen.
He should replace the Michelle Obama one with a photo of Big Mike with her big bicep arms flexing, and it should say Big Mike.
Or 5 o'clock shadow.
Or 5 o'clock shadow. Did you see where he changed? What is her name? The ex health secretary, the transgender one. He took away her female name
Oh, Ray
and gave her
Levine.
birth. Yeah, Ray Levine. He changed her name to Mike Levine or whatever his original name was, and they
Oh, he changed
lost
his
their
name to
damn.
Ray Shell or something.
It was a man's name. I know that much.
Yeah, he was Ray, and he went to Rachel.
What was the name?
He went from Ray to Rachel.
Oh yeah.
Rachel Levine.
Let me
Man's
ask you
got kids
something.
for crying out loud.
Yeah, that's crazy. But so does Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris has kids, dude.
Uh-uh.
I swear,
Are you
man. Mr.
serious?
Yeah, Mr. Chris has kids.
That he created
Yes.
before the big chopping.
Yes. Yep.
Dude, parents like that do not care about their children. You know how bad that messes with children? I mean, imagine going to school and all of a sudden it's not your daddy dropping you off anymore, but your second mommy.
Well, Mr. Chris's kid, I think, is like 20 something years old.
I don't care. It gets worse. Now he gets about 24, 25, it ain't gonna matter no more. But at 20, you still hanging out with your high school buddies. You know that come on, you know what it's like.
Okay, back, how to refresh who Orlando was and the history. Okay, let's start there. That's a great point. Let's stay on topic a little bit. So Orlando was that
Okay.
drug dealer that they were all screaming about, saying Trump pardoned the drug dealer. Trump pardoned the drug dealer. Does everyone remember that? Drop me some comments. Let me know if you guys remember that headline. That was about for a week or two. They kind of
I
shut up about
remember
it.
it.
They're all screaming,
Yeah,
Trump
I
pardoned the
remember it.
drug dealer. They're like, Trump doesn't care about stopping drug boats. He just pardoned the drug dealer. By the way, he just blew up another.
Yeah, I immediately went from talking about it in Discord to researching it. And all they were doing was reading headlines.
So by Biden's logic, being a president of a narco state means you're guilty. Mexico and every South country is currently a terrorist by proxy. Yep, that's why Biden arrested him pretty much because he was a president of a narco state. Even though he was the guy that literally authorized extradition. Literally for 100 years. There was
Yeah.
no extradition
And
in Honduras.
if I'm not mistaken, Senator Mark Kelly, U.S. Senator, tried talking him out of it, saying that the U.S. would frown upon that, would frown upon it. But then later on, it would be a Democrat administration that uses that very law that he created that they frowned upon to extradite him. Now, if you was a narco president, why in the world would you make your country go from a non-extraditionary country to an extraditionary one? Makes no sense to me.
Not to mention he extradited 30 kingpins before he got extradited himself. And the interview is out there. If you guys want to look into this stuff yourself, we looked into the court documents, we looked into all the evidence, we looked into the interviews, and what we've discovered is
And
it is bullshit.
most of the evidence is testimony from
Another drug
drug
dealer
traffickers that are awaiting trial, that
for
are awaiting
life in
sentencing.
prison. For life in
Yeah.
prison, mind you.
Now, what do we know about people that's fixing to do life in prison? What's one thing we know about them?
They like to snitch.
They'll say anything. That's right.
They'll say anything. Yeah, no kidding. Smash that like button. Get to 20 likes. Also, I got a whole list of notes right here of all the stuff that we got to talk about that was in his interview. I didn't watch the full thing because I think there's like a 2 hour long one, but I am going to watch that tonight. But we can go over some of the talking points. We'll make a part 2 to this video. Hell, we'll see if we can get Dennis Herrera on here even. Shout out Dennis Herrera because he's Honduran himself, so he might know a bit about this, but I got to hit him up. But the extradition law, he made that law. He shot that. By the way, he passed the law shooting down illegal drug smuggling planes from Venezuela. So who figured? All these Democrats saying Venezuela doesn't smuggle drugs. They don't smuggle drugs. Shit, apparently they were smuggling drugs into Honduras.
It went from
Honduran.
it went from 300 it went from 300 flights to 2 flights. Is that what they said?
Recently? I'm not sure.
I think under his administration, it went from they had approximately 300 illegal flights to 2 illegal flights a year.
But they took down
So they
3
only
planes. Honduras took 3 planes down. They shot them down in their airspace. So all the people screaming against international law, against international law. Other countries in South America shooting down Venezuelan drug planes and boats and all kinds of stuff like that. But you got a problem about it because Trump did it? You gotta be kidding me right now. You gotta be
yeah,
kidding me right now.
they've been doing it a long time.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a long time. And the liberals fired the Air Force commander. The liberals in Honduras, the leftists, the Democrats of Honduras, they literally fired the Air Force commander that was shooting down drug planes. They would love to do that. They would love to do
Seriously.
that in America. They would love to do that in America to Pete Hegseth. They would love to do that to Pete Hegseth if they could. The Democrats, the liberals would fire him in a minute, just like they fired the Air Force commander that was shooting down the drug planes in Venezuela. Like it's crazy. And the U.S., literally, the United States government congratulated Juan Orlando on fighting the drug trafficking.
Juan
They
Orlando
congratulated him.
Melendez.
They congratulated him on successfully taking down the drug dealers. But all of a sudden, when Biden got in office, oh, he's a drug dealer himself because he's the president of a country that has a narco problem. He said, "You want a plot twist? Chuck Schumer was a part of that team that wrote the maritime laws affecting terrorist and narco-connected transports." Yup. Chuck Schumer is the one that basically okayed that law for those Venezuelan boats to get
You
blown
bleeped
up.
out. You bleeped out there. You bleeped out there for about 10 seconds. Say that again.
I said, plot twist. Chuck Schumer was part of the team that wrote the maritime laws affecting the terrorists and the narco connected transports. Chuck Schumer literally was the one that passed the law that allowed us to blow up those narco boats in Venezuela. Now, it was 30, 40 years ago, but yeah, he's the one that literally helped pass that legislation for those laws.
Should really go back and analyze Democrat made laws that Trump made good use of, like the
Oh,
Expedited Aliens Removal Act and stuff like that.
yeah, that would make a great video. Actually, we got to put that on a. Hold on, I'm gonna put that in my notes. Democrat laws Trump uses.
we doing this.
Yeah, we're doing that
Oh,
one for a
God.
video for sure.
The liberals will have a meltdown over that show.
Yeah, that one would be hilarious. We definitely got to do that one. The United States government literally congratulated him on taking down those drug traffickers, and they said he was a man of his word. He extradited 30 kingpins, and then guess what? The same extradition law that he put into place, the Biden administration used that law to extradite Juan Orlando. Like what? That is
That's
crazy.
fucked up. Quacked up.
They're
That was quacked up.
Yeah, someone said they're just trying to get us mad. I'm not trying to get you mad. I'm literally reading you the facts.
Yeah,
Trump believes
we
in
will be
freeing the
trying.
innocent.
We will be trying to get you upset when we go back and do that Democrat laws show that Trump utilizes today. Now
Listen,
that
we're
we
not trying
are
to
going.
get you mad. We're trying to prove to you right now that Trump frees the innocent, Democrats lock up the innocent, and Trump puts the drug smugglers to waste. He blows up their boats. This guy said Ben Shapiro is right. I heard about Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson's debate. I'm interested to watch that back.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really watch too much of Ben Shapiro at all. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 videos. Tucker Carlson though, I've probably seen, I don't know, maybe
I'll
50,
say
60
this.
videos.
I'll say this. What Ben Shapiro said, it wasn't wrong. But Ben Shapiro more or less pushed cancellation and
Censorship.
censorship. So on because of that, I don't go along with Ben Shapiro. I go along with Tucker. Not saying that I agree with everything Tucker does or Tucker thinks, but if I had to give a winner on that little single tit for tat at the TPUSA, I would have to give it to Tucker. Tucker won.
Yeah, honestly, I do like Tucker. It doesn't mean that I don't like Israel. I do like Israel. I could probably agree with Tucker on some things on Israel. He's not anti Semitic. That's what I'll give him. Every other influencer, every other talk show host, every other person that speaks about Israel is straight up anti Semitic. Now we like Israel. We like our relationship with Israel. Does it mean that we're not for maybe changing some things and making it even more beneficial to us? Possibly. We would definitely like to push stuff more in our favor, but the way I look at it is we do some stuff for them, they do some stuff for us. But it depends how you look at it. The way I'm looking at it, I would like to be proven wrong. The way I'm looking at it is they're doing more for us. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
And especially considering that we give more money to Saudi Arabia and Qatar and also I don't know if I told you this before.
What does Ukraine do for us?
Yeah, Ukraine does nothing.
Okay. So then we make it out like bandits with Israel.
Not to mention, I don't know if I told you this before. I don't know what the current number is because we did cut US aid, but we were funding 176 countries. 176 countries were receiving US dollars. And either some kind of military aid, cash, or some kind of aid or help from us, and some kind of monetary help. So if you really care about making this country America first, if you really care about America first, you're not going to get to America first by hating on Israel. That's never going to happen.
No. We do need some allies. There are some allies out there worth having.
Yeah, for sure.
Israel's one of them for sure. What kills me is people say, Israel spied on us. Trump just pardoned that Israeli spy. Well, thing is, if we looked at spies, I don't, in my opinion, I don't think there's anyone more effective, including ourselves, at spying than the Brits.
Yeah, if you want to talk about Jonathan Pollard or whatever his name is, then you might as well talk about all those British spies that screwed us over. Both morons, red hat, take a shower, I'll cover it. Is that the best insult you got? You got an NPC insult that literally hundreds of other dumbass Democrats commented before? Is that the best that you got, sir? Is that all you got, brother?
It's like
I
that
mean, try
song, "Hit me
harder.
with your best shot." Da-da,
Try harder,
da-da.
man. A fifth grader could do a better insult than that, my friend. Try harder. That was weak sauce. Your mama would be disappointed. Back in your mama's day, she would say way better jokes. She was cracking hard on those girls in high school. And now you got, go take a shower. I mean, that's the best shit you got. You might as well told me a yo mama joke. That would be a little bit funnier.
Yeah, I mean, like, your mama'd like to take a shower, but it ain't going to be springtime for a few months.
I know Time's going to like that one.
It is our generation that come up with the mama jokes. That's for sure.
Yeah, Time was going hard on the anti-Semitic racist scum that was in the chats that one night. Where is our friend Vivek? Yeah, Santa is in an automobile. Obviously, he's not driving, he's in the back seat, but yeah. Wink, wink.
My wife's driving.
Britain is done. Britain is done. You guys
And
have
if
weak
y'all want,
jokes?
I'll sit here and stare at the camera. But I'm going to end up puking if I stare at this camera. Oh, good. That's how you get motion sick. I can't read. If I'm reading while I'm going down the road, I will throw up.
Man, Trump is innocent. Trump is innocent. Pretty much, I'm going to say it straight up. You guys are going to say, well, you don't care about evidence. I'm done with this Epstein file stuff. I looked at all the damn evidence. I've looked at every single piece of evidence from top to bottom. This guy next to me spent 5 hours yesterday looking through those Epstein files. And he'll tell you
Yep.
straight up that Trump is innocent. There's nothing indicating Trump did any kind of crimes. There's nothing that's heinous. But you know what there is heinous? Can you guys see that?
Clinton.
That is
No.
Biden. That is Biden.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Biden sniffing the babies. We look through everything, man. There's no incriminating photos. All of like this. Let's take a look at this. This is an instance of one of the Epstein files where Trump with, all women in their 20s. Oh no, it's the Epstein files. When this photo came out, it pretty much made me realize that Trump did nothing wrong. When this photo came out, it cemented my final opinions about the Epstein
yeah.
photo. I mean, about the Epstein
If
files.
Trump was in, if Trump was in the Epstein files, not only would the Biden administration have released it, but they would have been leaking photos of Trump and Epstein a long time ago. Instead of the same shit over and over and over again.
Trump was never on that island. Never, ever.
I'll tell you who was on that island.
The only one
Bubba.
protecting PDF files is literally the Democrats. Biden touched little kids live on television every single day. You do not have a damn problem with it. Not a single damn problem with it. I'm sorry if you guys hear some noise in the background. I just clicked back on the coffee machine. That way I can pour myself a new cup of coffee.
What kind of
Stephen
coffee machine you
Bannon.
got?
What, sorry?
What kind of coffee maker you got?
I don't even know. Some random coffee machine. This
Oh,
is just from my girlfriend.
I have a Keurig.
You're fancy like that. You just wanted to say you had a Keurig. I
I
have some
did. I pulled a
off-brand
Keurig.
thingy wingy. Listen, we've looked at every single Osmond Gold document that you could possibly imagine, and we did not find a single thing. We looked at the Osmond Gold channel. We looked through 5 hours to the Epstein files. If there's something I'm missing that said Trump blankety blanked a minor child, please tell us. Because there's nothing that we saw that
Well,
said Trump blankety blanked a minor child. Not a damn thing.
that's like I get a kick out of everybody popping in Discord saying, "Where are these missing files? Where are they at? Why are they not here?" I tell you what, that right there is a surefire way of someone knowing
Listen,
that
Lee
they're
Gizmo,
peddling
we
headlines.
looked at that already. We looked at that, Lee Gizmo. That was in the Osmond Gold videos. We looked at that.
Yep.
There's nothing indicating that Trump did. Sure, maybe that language of what Trump said in that file was, a little bit unusual, but nothing sexual to it, sir. Nothing sexual to it. We read every single page. And by the way, those redacted files, what about those transcripts from those court documents in Florida and New York? Not a single one of y'all Democrats out there have ever considered once that the redacted files might be the court transcripts from Florida or New York.
Well, there was that one file that they wanted to pull on Trump where he says that's one of the good ones. If you're talking to a person, wouldn't it make more sense to say he's one of the good ones or he's one of the good ones, not that's one of the good ones? Because that could have been anything. That could have been a high dollar Keurig coffee maker he was talking about.
Now, there might be some 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old part-time employees in some of Trump's businesses, but that's just the legal age you need to work. Nothing's criminal about having a part-time employee. I was just on a different live with a guy who was going off about Trump supporters and how obsessed they are with him. All the while, he was on the live talking about, oh, those files were a waste. Merry Christmas. God bless you, Too Fast to Track. Have a fantastic Christmas. I really appreciated that. Thank you. Have a great Christmas. I know
Are
me
they
and Dusty
leaving?
will have a great Christmas. Sorry? Thank you,
Are they
James.
leaving? Or are they staying in here? Is Too
I
Fast
hope they're
staying in
staying
here?
in. I hope she's staying in here.
Here.
We'll
I've
just call her
been
Jane.
putting this
Sorry,
up.
I got a problem with calling people their online usernames.
All right, Jane, I'm putting this up for you because I know you get a kick out of it, whether you like it or just get a kick out of it. I don't care. I'm putting it up for you. Hold on here.
Much love from Scotland. Vote Trump. Scotland loves Trump. Trump has a Scottish heritage.
Yep. Oh,
I
I
mean,
got to erase some of these pictures.
who doesn't love themselves? Who doesn't love themselves? Everyone should love themselves.
There you go,
Hold
Jane.
on. That is a legendary photo right there.
I'm going to blow that up and I'm going to frame it and put it in my living room.
Now, do I think that Pam Bondi could have redacted some files? Yes, I personally think that she's going to end up in prison.
I don't know if she'll end up in prison. She might end up
Fired, maybe.
losing her spot or fired. But I'm not a Pam Bondi fan myself. But you
Now,
can
the
blame everybody
interesting thing
before.
is, let's talk about what Kash Patel said about the files. They asked him under oath in Congress, they said, Kash Patel, did you look through all those files to make sure they were released? Did you make sure everything was there? And his response was, no, I didn't look through it. I had my associates do it. My coworkers do it. Now that tells you right there that he's not doing his job, first off.
Yeah,
And B, that they're most likely covering up something. And
I was
C,
fixing to say
not
it
once
sounds
did
like he's
Pam
putting.
Bondi or Trump, not once did Pam Bondi or Kash Patel blame Donald Trump and say Trump is trying to cover it up. Not one person in the government has ever
I didn't
said
buy
that.
that. That's $600.
You should have told me I'd have bought it.
No, well, I ain't
I'd
spending.
have bought it for you.
I ain't buying a $600 cologne.
Who's that? Your wife?
No, it's my mama. Say
Your
hi.
mom?
I would have
Hey,
six hundred
Merry
dollar cologne
Christmas,
for
Happy
him.
Holidays,
Happy Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah, she made me some dinner. Can I get it to go, Mama?
It cost you a little bit.
Okay, I'm willing to pay it.
The chat says hello, Mama. Merry Christmas.
Chat says hello. Yeah, I got since not everybody in chat's probably heard this story, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell it again anyway. So I'm looking at colognes, and I don't know if y'all out there have heard about the Creed cologne. I'm sorry, that stuff's overpriced. I mean, I do like this one I have on now that I've wore it a little bit, but when it first goes on, but I don't think I like it more than my Dior Sauvage, the Johnny Depp cologne. But so I just out of curiosity, I said, so how much? How much is the Creed? They go $600. I go $600. I say, get this bottle out of my hands.
Yeah, when you described it smelling like burning plastic, I can't lie. I went to the mall like a week ago and I smelled this one cologne that smelled like burning plastic, dude, and it was more than $600. It was about $1,700, dude.
Yeah, well, when this one guy he says, "Oh, you'll like this one," and they put it on a little swatch when I smelled it, and I swear I bit my tongue because it smelled like burning plastic. And he goes, "Yeah, I like that." When I go, "I don't like," I was nice. I said, "I don't like it as much as my Dior." I said, but I was biting my tongue because when he said it smells like my, he said when it smells like my cigar room.
This is made from scratch.
That's good. When it was made, or when he said it smells like my cigar room. I looked at him and I almost said it, but I didn't say it. But I wanted to say, well, do you take your wrapper off the cigars before you light them?
Because it smells like freaking burnt plastic. I swear, some of them
It
smell like
did.
burnt plastic.
It did.
Someone said,
It
"Don't
did.
eat pork." Why can't we eat pork?
Hey, I
We're not
love pork. You
Jewish.
like pork,
We're not
Mom?
Muslim.
Yeah, pork is barbecue pork, pulled pork, roast pork, bacon.
Barbecued pork and
Sausage.
collard greens.
Well, that's
The Muslim, the Islamists do not like. Yeah, but we'll eat their share of pork for them.
Someone did say this. Someone said Creed is good. Try Avantis, I think. But he said Avinas. I think it's called Avantis.
I did. I've got it on right now.
That was the one that
Yeah.
kind of grew on you?
They put one on me so I could smell it. And
Oh, here we go. Someone dropped the comment. What do you
what?
think about transgenders? I personally don't care as long as you're 18 years or older. And even if you're, as long as you're 18 years or older. But if you're pushing it on the kids,
If they're
you're
on hormones, if they're on hormones, I don't believe that they deserve gun rights. And personally, I wouldn't allow them to have a driver's license because I'm here to tell you right now, I could take out more people with a car than I ever could with a gun.
a lot of them
And
would
I don't
probably
think
agree with you. I mean, like, do you think listen? We have people that we talk to that are trans. Mr. Chris, do you think Mr. Chris uses a firearm? Hey, grasshopper,
I hope not.
grasshopper, you're just jealous of his beard.
Transgenders, guns. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think Mom says that's a little dangerous. You don't give delusional people guns.
That's just like you don't give dementia.
You don't give dementia. That's a good point. You don't give dementia people guns. Why are you going to give delusional people guns?
Are y'all transgender? They keep spamming it in the comments. Well, to answer your question,
You
yes,
know,
I'm a lesbian trapped inside of a man's body.
you know what I think would be funny is if we could get a picture of a transgender person holding up a tray of bacon, free bacon for Palestinians.
Someone said something about gays for Islam.
You won't get that.
Yeah.
And Native Americans were a tribe, not a state. What's your point?
Actually, the Native Americans was a nation, but
They're
they didn't
saying
fight as one.
they're saying Israel was a tribe, not a nation. If Israel wasn't it was a tribe and not a nation, both are true technically.
Well, I think Israel, the Jews originally was a tribe 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, but they're not a tribe today.
And not to
Thank you.
mention Jerusalem was in Israel during the biblical times.
What was that about Israel or Jerusalem?
Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Nazareth.
Now, Nazareth isn't Nazareth where Jesus was born? No, it's Bethlehem.
Yeah, it was Bethlehem. But I hear a lot of people in the comments saying he was born in Nazareth. I mean, I can do a quick Google search, but I'm pretty sure he was born in
No,
Bethlehem.
it was
We're not
Bethlehem.
transphobic. Listen, I don't care what you do. Just keep it in the bedroom and keep it away from me. But we're definitely not
Love you,
scared of
Mom.
trans people.
Yeah, we're not scared of I take that back. I'm scared of trans people with guns.
Shit, man.
Why wouldn't I be? They're delusional.
That's like
It's like my
asking someone, "Are you scared of a radical Islamist with an AK-47?" Oh, obviously, of
what?
course. What kind of question
Yeah.
is that?
Hold on, I'll be right. I'll be just.
Military did get $1,776. Smash that like button though. He'll be back in a second. Oh, the Democrats are mad in chat, man. Can't y'all just enjoy your Christmas? Christmas is right around the corner. Who cares about trans? We don't have to accept what you are, okay? If you want to be something, that's fine. We have no hate or discrimination against you whatsoever. We have our own personal opinions. You probably don't support white rednecks. And we're not screaming at you saying, why don't you support the white redneck lifestyle? But for some reason, you're screaming at us, telling them to accept your LGBTQ lifestyle. I don't understand it. Don't we have freedoms? Don't we? Isn't that what America is about? We don't talk about it every day. You guys ask us about it every day. Now we'll talk about that gender mutilation. Merry Christmas, England. Demon craps. Let the demon craps enjoy their damn Christmas, fellas. Let the
I'm
damn demon
back.
craps enjoy their Christmas, people.
I just got some bad news.
What happened, man?
Uh, I've struggled to have a good neighbor for
Yeah?
20 years here, and I guess my neighbor's fixing to have to move back where he's got family because he got some bad news about the C word. I'm going to give him a call tomorrow, check on him. But I hate he's going to be moving. Like I said, really good neighbors, the best neighbors we've ever had.
Yeah, that's
And it just
sad.
really, but I'm hoping that they got it all, but he's going to have to, mom said, go back where there's family. So we're going to pray for him. I know what that's like. I'm going through it with my wife, going through a lot of stuff like that with my wife right now. And my wife's the only one for me. There is no one else out there. And
Sorry, Eric.
yeah, I swear without my wife, they really wouldn't be no point of anything. You know, she's at her mother's quite a bit because where I work so much, at least her mother can help take care of her and stuff. But yeah, goes to show you though,
Stay
it's
strong.
not just us.
That's what I'm talking
Thank you.
about.
I appreciate that, Tracy. Yeah. Well, like going and getting the perfume and stuff today. That's our big date for the year. We go and we take our time. We only go once a year. That's why we buy the good stuff. And we go in there and I make sure she's treated like a movie star or something. And they look for us. They look for us every year. They remember the beard. They remember my wife. And because I tip them every year.
That's awesome.
I give them. There's two of them that waits on us, and I give them $100 a piece every year on top of our perfume and cologne
Wow,
that we
man.
get.
That's really generous.
So
I
it's just
pray for
it
those
is, but it
fighting
ain't.
cancer. Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. But yeah, $100 once a year. I don't consider it really that generous. I consider it nice, but not necessarily generous. It's once a year. So if I was going there monthly, I would probably, I don't know, I'm a big tipper anyways. People don't tip for a lot of things. I tip. And that's why I always wait and go to the same people over and over again. More people out there, listen, this season, you need to tip people. You need to tip people that don't normally get tipped. They remember you.
Absolutely.
They take care of you. Dude, they gave me a bunch of take home. I don't, that's not why I do it, but they give me a bunch of take home colognes. And it's not cheap colognes. Like they gave me a little mini Sauvage.
Wow.
Dude, that little mini Sauvage is probably worth $50. So,
Damn.
but you got your favorite restaurant out there you go to, people. Tip your favorite waitress. Take care of them. It's not a waste. At the end of the day, we're all God's children and we got to take care of one another.
Yes, sir. That's
Can't
right.
can't reply. You can't rely on the government to do that. And no matter, I love Trump to death, love to see what he's doing. But if you're waiting on the government to improve your life, you're never going to see it, or you're going to have to wait a long time. That's right, Tracy. Jesus is king.
And for the people out there
So,
commenting about socialism and what we think of it, basically that is your answer right there in itself, too, by the way.
yeah, we need to be taking care of each other, not letting the government do it for us.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit, but
Yeah.
we heard you. But yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that
Okay.
because I saw a couple guys spamming over and over again. What do you think about Zohan? What do you think about socialism? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Over and over and over
Here's
again.
what I think about Zohan. Here's what I think about Zohan. If you're interested in knowing what I think, um, he's he is a charismatic fellow. I do not agree with his socialist policies. I listened to one. Oh gosh, yeah, that's something we can talk about for a minute. He uh, he talked about making the reason he's wanting to make bus fares free isn't because isn't necessarily because of trying to give people a break, but it's more about the bus drivers run a 70% chance of being mugged, okay? Being robbed. If they take away if they take away money, being handled at the box at with the bus driver, it supposedly it cuts their chances of being mugged in half. I don't consider that enough incentive to do it to begin with, but I would not rely on that because you can take money out of the system by everybody having a loadable card, just a simple loadable card. And everybody that gets on the bus slides their card in.
Not to mention, I have a better idea to solve that solution. When you rob the bus driver, just give him about 50, 60 years in prison and throw him under the jail and forget about him. The first time they do
Or
that
here's
for
an
the first
idea,
two or three guys, they'll never do
or
it
here's an
again.
idea. Arm the bus drivers. Dude, them bus drivers should be packing a
Dude, you can't even have you can't have a 9 millimeter, you can't have a 22. So how the hell are they gonna have anything in New York?
they're gonna have to come to their senses.
I mean, dude, Trump needs to put his foot down and say this is unconstitutional in New York. That would be a huge game changer.
No, no, no. They won't see us argue. They dying to see us argue. Here, we're gonna have our argument, Graham. Not really, but you know how we argue. But this is our form of an argument. I don't agree with that. Uh Shit. What was you say? Oh, what was your
I was
argument?
saying Trump should come into New York and tell them they gotta listen to the
I don't
Constitution.
agree with that. I'll tell you why. It's not that I'm anti-Constitution. It's that the people of New York, they deserve to get what they voted for. Now, I honestly hope that they don't give him all the funds that he wants, but I do kind of hope they turn loose of some funds just to show them that this socialism shit ain't going to work. That's
Yeah.
what people need to see. So that's me and Graham arguing. Graham thinks Trump should step in. Me, I don't. I think that they should allow socialism to take its course in New York, sink or swim. That's what they voted for. And we see what happens.
But what if they block everything he does and then he ends up doing good because he can't literally do anything and New York ends up somehow getting
That's
better
going to be
and then they
bad.
say, "Look, socialism works." And then they try to push it across the entire
Um,
country.
well, that's a risk, honestly, I'm willing to take. Just being
Because not once have they complained when they said, "Oh, Zohan actually can't even do anything that he's talking about." They don't say, "Oh, damn it, Zohan, you lied to us." All they say is, "Zohan's the best. He's a socialist. We love him." By
at
the
the end of
way,
the day, that's
speaking
what people
about
take note of,
movies, sorry, go ahead.
is the accomplishment. That is what people do take note of at the end of the day, is accomplishments. It doesn't matter who's responsible for them. They're looking to Mondami in New York, and if Trump steps in and actually the one that was to influence it to be better, they're not going to recognize Trump as making it better. They're going to recognize it as
Zohan
Mondami
Mandami
making it better under socialism. What's that?
They're gonna say it's better than
Did I break
socialism.
up?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, because they ain't going to recognize Trump. So you are right about that.
What
So
I do gotta say is that they're literally what I do gotta say is, oh yeah, Zohan. I was gonna talk about movies for a second because I know you love talking about movies. I was looking through Adam Sandler movies the other day because we're all talking about Israel and how we love Israel and Adam Sandler's Jewish and whatnot. But I remember this one movie. Now this
yeah,
is hilarious, man. Maybe this is a fortune
the
teller.
Zohan.
Yep, yep. Zohan Mandami. Maybe that's a fortune
But the
teller. I
thing
don't
is,
know. But Zohan was
no,
Israeli. He
no,
was
they
Israeli.
fucked up. There you go.
He
Good
was
job. I'm
Jewish.
proud of you, Graham.
He was Jewish.
He was Jewish. Yeah, he was Jewish. He wasn't Muslim.
Yeah, they reversed it, man. They reversed it. I was thinking, I'm like, I know
You
I
know what
heard
they
this
should?
name before. Hunter Biden's
Yep, the
laptop for
Zohan.
president. Will we get Hunter Biden's laptop for president?
Don't worry about it. You found the presidential predicto.
Yep, I got presidential
I want one of them
predicto.
so bad. My boss would hate me if I had one of them, because everything that I was to do would depend on that presidential predicto.
uh,
I would be like, I understand you gave me marching orders, boss, but I have to consult my other boss. And I'd be like, Trump, should I do this? And I'd hit the presidential predicto. If y'all have ever tried this cold, shit, hold on here.
I know for a fact some of the people out there try. Actually, I thought that was the regular creamer. No, I never tried that.
Cold foam. Good shit.
You and Chris are on some fruity tooty, creamy, blah de
Okay,
blah.
calm down now. Calm down, okay? I'm putting my own cold foam in, and he's paying someone to do it.
He's getting a little bit more than cold foam. He's getting 3 squirts of Zohan Mandami's man milk.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Give me 3 pumps of the man milk, of the Bubba milk.
Why do you think Zohan was Jewish? Dude, have you not seen the movie? Adam Sandler,
Yeah,
Zohan?
he's Jewish, and he's got Muslims trying to kill him.
They haven't seen the movie.
You just got to watch the movie.
Dude, that is a hilarious movie. I
Yeah,
might
it actually
actually
is.
Hey, thank you, Bill. Super chats do get answered. Much love, Bill. Merry Christmas to Bill. I drink my coffee black too. But on Christmas, I might break that rule. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a fruit. I'll call it a Chris. Maybe I'll have a Chris, or maybe I'll make my own like a Dustley. I don't know.
Well, that cold foam's pretty cool, pretty good. But now I got a feeling you drink your coffee black, right?
Yeah.
Do you really like your black coffee, or is it just a wake up thing?
I'll be honest, I actually really like it.
What brand?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I just buy whatever brand I see. I was drinking some Turkish coffee before, and they were all screaming at me saying, "Oh, we thought you were American first. You're drinking Turkish coffee." If you never tried
Dude,
Turkish coffee, definitely try it.
long time ago, I dated a chick that was a coffee snob and a half. She was more of a coffee snob than me or Chris put together. And she made me real Turkish coffee. Real Turkish coffee, they heat a little small thing of coffee up in a thing of sand. Yeah, it is a high dollar setup for that coffee.
Did you
And
get
let me tell you,
did you get
it's a
sand
kick.
in your coffee?
No, no, it's like in a small, teeny tiny, like espresso teapot. If they made an espresso teapot, that's what it would be in. And I
French
forget
roast.
the whole.
Smell it before you drink it. It's good black.
Yeah, I'm not a black coffee person. I like to at least have a little cream, depending on how tired I am. If I'm like really tired, having a hard time waking up, I put less cream in it because the bitter helps wake me up. But if I'm woke up, no, I like my cream. It tastes good. And this Italian French cream or Italian cream, oh gosh, it is really good.
Why did the DOJ redact his name, not a Democrat? First off, how do you know whose name was redacted? It's literally redacted.
That's a good point. How do you
Like,
know
that
it
is
was
just a
redacted?
stupid comment.
Yeah, because now we know why the 119 pages is redacted.
Why?
You told me that.
I mean,
Clinton
I
appointed judge.
personally, the Biden appointed judge in the, I mean, listen, I think it's going to come out. I
No,
really
it's
do
the
think it's
Clinton
going to come
appointed
out.
judge, wasn't it?
It was, I think two were Obama appointed and one Bill, and I think there was even one Biden appointed. But I know for sure there was two
Okay.
Obama, one Clinton, and they all denied the court transcripts from the Epstein case. And if I had to guess, those transcripts are probably in the files. Is that fair to say or no?
Fair to say.
And if they were in the files, then that means they can't be
Hey,
released.
Tom, the only issue I got with normally I would agree with you, Tom. I really would. But my only issue with that is I do believe release it all. I do believe release it all. Okay. And the reason being is censoring didn't help Virginia Guffrey. Now, you could make the argument that her case was so high profiled with Prince Andrew that but that hers was so high profile, she was going to be leaked no matter what. So you could make that argument. So I could be wrong.
A Christmas Story.
Oh, that's cool.
That was posted by the White House, by the way. I thought that was
Yeah, I
even
get
funnier.
that, Tom, but they've not really protected them. Like I said, my argument's Virginia Guffrey, but I'm not saying I'm right. Okay. I think every one of them victims, they deserve a 24-hour security detail.
Is
That's
that
what they
Mr.
need.
Chris?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But honestly, I'll just flip to this one. This will be my Christmas background. We already been
Okay.
talked
Virginia
about
came out
that.
on her own. If they came out for it, okay. I don't know. Maybe she did come out on her own. You might be right on that, Tom. But that's my only argument. Okay. But now your argument's more valid than mine if she came out on her own. I will say that.
Let's do a
Um,
quick search and see if there's anything we're missing about them Epstein files.
But
Now,
now
what
I
would you
encourage.
say? What would you say if you found out there was a picture of Trump that got removed, but it looked like it was not a minor child? It looked like she was over 18.
Um, uh, if it's a nothing burger like that, I could. Well, they could have still released it with Trump's face on it, just so that he is in there. So it shows them that he is in there. But they should really express, you know, if the woman was over age or not.
They supposedly did remove some photos, but they're still online. You can find them. And obviously, these photos. Let's say they did remove them. Okay, that's not the best move to do to make you look innocent. But still doesn't change the fact that these photos are with adult women. And probably the reason they got removed is because they're sick of you guys saying guilty, 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 guilty when he ain't guilty. What is this one? What am I looking at here?
You've seen that one. That's in the Epstein mansion where he's got the model of the bride trying to climb out of the mansion. Yeah. I mean, I encourage everyone out there to look up the Epstein library. That is a sure way of finding in the Google search the Epstein files. And there is
Listen,
a ton of them.
I will say the funny thing is they can release all these images of Trump. So many images of Trump, but not a single image of Trump with an underage girl. Why is that? That is proven to me that he's innocent. If he was
Yeah.
guilty and y'all releasing all these images covering people's faces up and then we unmask them and find out that they're 22 years old, that ain't a good cause for your Democrat Party. That looks like a setup to me. That's exactly what I would do to someone if I was trying to make them look guilty. But not a single photo of Trump with a minor child. And even if there was a photo of Trump with a minor child, does that prove any sexual deviancy? 90% of it was not redacted. We did the math already. We did the math. 300,000 files and 100 were redacted. That is 0.000333 of the files have been redacted.
Yeah, and I encourage everyone out there to look up the Epstein library for yourselves. Don't rely on Osmongold. Don't rely on Nick Fuentes. You all are grown adults. They put this on the internet for us to look into ourselves, not to rely on content creators. That includes us too. Get on there and look for it yourself.
Someone said Jeffrey
You're right.
Epstein was a
There's a lot of
Republican.
smart
You
people in
sure you
chat.
want to Google that, brother? You want to Google if you want to Google is Jeffrey Epstein a Republican? Because I got bad news for you. About 95% of all of his donations went directly to Democrat causes. That is a Googleable fact. You can Google that. That is a Googleable fact. All these people saying these made up numbers, we got 1% of the files. Okay, genius, how many files released? I just told you 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, y'all need to look into it yourselves. Because let
Look,
me
he
tell you
says,
what.
I work for a living. I ain't got time for that. Everyone works, brother. If you don't want to do research
I
before you
missed a
open your
day.
fucking mouth, then don't
I
speak.
work I work Monday through Friday, okay? At least 10 hours a day. Last week I worked 4 days, 12 hours a day. I had 48 hours. I was tuckered out. But I woke up Saturday morning and I went through them Epstein files. So don't tell me you work too much. No,
If
you're
you
not
work too
passionate
much, don't
about this.
talk about politics then. Because you don't got any clue what you're talking about. Time says I work 7 days a week and I can Google it. What the fuck? That's what I'm talking about. I don't work for a living. I can't use Google. That's too much thinking power. That's too much work. Democrats just don't
Yeah.
got much brain cells. That's the real issue. It's not they got enough time to watch this
No,
live
I'm not
stream,
going to
but they
go out.
don't
I'm
got
going
enough
to say
time
this.
to Google some stuff about Epstein.
I feel like some of them out there are smart. They just don't have no drive or motivation.
Yep.
Use what God gave you. And don't use it as a hat rack.
This isn't 1996 where loading a page took 10 minutes and 1 hour if a picture is on it. Go look at those damn files. Listen, brother, we've already explained the hundreds of pages. Let me ask you this final question. So, everyone listening out there, listen closely. I'm going to tell you one more time why I personally think there's 100 pages blanked out. There's not hundreds. First off, you got to get a little bit more accurate with your number, Democrats. When you say something, when you put numbers out there, they should be accurate. The numbers you say should be accurate. Don't just go spitting out and saying a bunch of bullshit. So, first off, there is about 110, 120 redacted files. Now, my theory, there's no proof of this yet. My theory is that if they were releasing all the Epstein files, there was 300,000 files. Wouldn't there be some court transcripts from Epstein's court cases in there? I mean, just think about there. Would there be court transcripts from Epstein's criminal court cases? Has anyone seen any court transcripts from Epstein's criminal cases in there? I haven't. I've been looking all around. He hasn't. And so, no, we haven't seen those court transcripts. First off, we can't see the court transcripts because the Clinton and Obama judges, they blocked the court transcripts from being released. 3 different judges, multiple different times, they blocked these court transcripts from releasing. So if those court transcripts were in those Epstein files, they would have to be redacted.
Hey, do what, y'all? Did you look in the Epstein files?
That's a simple, short explanation. Do I think the DOJ should talk about it? Do I think Pam Bondi should explain herself? Absolutely. And if she doesn't explain herself, should she get charged or fired? Absolutely. But I don't think for a second it has anything to do with Trump.
I looked in the Epstein files.
What's this?
I can't really read it, but it's someone that said, watch your back. People's going to be out for you. Something like, you're doing a good job, or I like what you're doing, but I'm going to have your back. But it doesn't have anybody's signature on it.
Was it related to Trump?
I'm just making a point. I'm just making a point that I went through the Epstein files, and I didn't get these off Osmond Gold.
He didn't get this off a 2-minute clip.
Sorry about that.
You're good. He didn't get this off a 2-minute clip.
Yes, I encourage everyone out there to go to Epstein Library. Just Google Epstein Library. You'll get a .gov site there for the Epstein Library, and you can look up all this stuff yourself. There's a lot of Bill Clinton in there. Let me tell you what. I'd be willing to bet you money. I'd be willing to give you money if you honestly made an honest deep dive into the Epstein files and you went longer than 5 minutes before finding something out about Clinton.
Not one single Democrat that I know have said, oh, look, Bill Clinton's naked in a hot tub with a young girl. None of them have said, why are there so many images of Clinton? Why are the Democrats not even questioning this? They're not questioning.
Because they don't care.
They're not questioning any of the other quote-unquote people in the Epstein files.
It's Trump they're after.
It's all fake. It's not fake. The only thing that's fake is the accusations against this man. But when are the Democrats going to say, oh, why did Epstein give 87% of his donations to the Democrat Party? Why is Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and all these other Democrats coming up in the Epstein files?
That makes no sense.
Why is Bill Gates? Why all these people have hundreds of photos with Epstein while Trump has just a handful of photos?
Oh, by the way, the Creed is staying on pretty good. I do have to give it that. The one is. The other one per se ain't. But I still like my Dior better, my Sauvage.
Where are our Benghazi files or Hillary email files? Our Hunter Biden files? Our Contra Affair Files. Actually, I do think the Contra Affair Files released last year in time, so they're out there for sure. I'm pretty sure. You're too stupid to think this isn't normal. Yeah. You caught us red-handed. Here, have my Bill Clinton hat. My okay, yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I ain't reading that rest of that dumb comment. We live in strange times, sir. You need some help.
We're not trying to cut any kids' wieners off
Man, I thought
or
I
drink
saved the
baby
image.
blood.
Hold on. Man, I thought I saved the damn image. Hold on, let me a second. I'm gonna free. Nah, I'll save it for next time, I guess. But damn, I wish I had that image. I wish I had that image last time.
What
Brother,
was
we
it?
ain't reading any news. We opened the Epstein files ourselves and looked through them and came to our own conclusion. How you doing,
Yeah.
brother?
And
Ilya,
we're
how you doing,
encouraging
man?
you all to do the same. I'm not saying you're going to walk away saying, oh, yeah, Trump's innocent. I'm just saying you people need to, you owe it to yourselves to look it up yourselves.
What's up, Trayvon? Merry Christmas, Trayvon. Merry Christmas, Ilya. You two need to do some research on Trump from the 80s and the 90s. Sir, he lived through the Trump in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah. They had him in the movie Home Alone. The only time that the left had issues with Trump was the moment they found out he was running as Republican.
I'm going to say it. Trump is innocent. Not a doubt in my mind. We're trying to remember those victims. But those victims from that island never said Trump was there.
Your mama's ass is a pagan holiday. That sounds like something Tom would say.
Yeah. I'm in the attic. Why are you in the attic? Are you that one girl? What's her name?
Because his mommy ain't got a basement. Please tell me it was a Democrat. Please tell me I didn't pick on one of our own.
I think he might be one of our own. I don't know. I remember Trayvon.
I'm
He
sorry,
likes
but
to.
that was just funny, fella. It was
No, they
funny.
explicitly said Trump never touched them, meaning he never did anything. I mean, Trump was seen with a lot of women. Not one of them was ever underage. I can't lie. You know who's kind of creepy? Maxwell. She's definitely creepy as fuck, dude. What's up with Maxwell's family? Doesn't she have some kind of important rich family? I forgot about it.
Yeah, her daddy was he's tied into a lot of different politics. I don't remember it all, but I know that he was tied into Mossad.
Yep. Let's see. Illegal alien immigrants released from May 2023 to November 2023. Not even a full year. We're talking about 6 or 7 months. 687,000 under Joe Biden. 0 under Trump.
But
Trump was an
now,
FBI informant.
Don't use Mossad as a slide against Israel, okay? Because let me tell you how I look at Mossad, and I could be wrong, but I look at Mossad as like our version of the CIA, and I can't stand those fuckers.
Actually, here's an interesting fact. Here's an interesting fact about Trump. This is a well-documented fact. Trump was rolling with the FBI back in the 70s and 80s because the mafia was trying to pressure him. He was rolling with the FBI because mafia members used to try to pressure him for construction business deals in New York. And one time, a couple of them mafia guys came to his office, and some undercover FBI agents popped up on him, and they got scared as hell and ran off. So Trump has a long history of being connected to the FBI. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, he was connected to the FBI. So if you think he didn't work with the FBI as an informant to hang out with Epstein and lock him up, you are way wrong.
Hey, I got a question. Did Bill Clinton help build a case, or did he just invite him to the White House?
You just invited him to the White House 23 times. Yeah, there was a whole mob scandal about Trump saying, oh, he's working with the mafia. And then the fact came out that the mob was scared of him because he was working with the FBI the entire time. Because the FBI knew that the Trump family was up and coming real estate developers. He was busy picking up kids, Bill Clinton was, yeah. Oh, probably owed the mob money and sold them out. I mean, shit, that is a good strategy, but I doubt it.
Mob don't get involved in crime anymore, hardly. Not really. They got smart about it.
Oh, give us a break. Trump is a crook. Took him
I'm not going to
thousands
say
of
he ain't,
victims to turn him
but I'm going
in.
to say, show me your proof.
Oh, give us a break. President Trump is your president, girl. Or I think he meant to grow a pair of balls. Bitch, you know what you want to. Oh, here we go with all the accusations against Trump. I'm telling you guys, you might want to research a little bit about Trump's early FBI involvement. And also, Trump was found guilty of fraud. He was found guilty of fraud. Yeah, we already know the truth
Yeah,
behind that.
even the banks came to testify on Trump's behalf.
You know, I think it's funny. They just drawed another Trump poll right after this Epstein thing. Isn't that a little bit suspicious? I guess not for the Democrats, but for me, that's definitely suspicious. The day after you release the Epstein files, you want to take a Trump polling? Let me guess, they're only polling from liberal Democrats.
Yeah, not only that, it's like I say, tell me another president who's done more to release them. You can argue that he redacted them and done this, that, and the other, but did anyone else even bother to release them? As far as I'm concerned, Obama allowed it to continue happening. Bush allowed it to continue happening. Clinton allowed it to continue happening.
In the White House, mind you.
I'd be willing to bet you if you took a, a forensics team over and swabbed down the island, you'd probably find Bill Clinton on 3/4 of it.
It doesn't matter. The ratings of the Democrats have zero support. Yeah, did you hear about they lost the Democrat Congress approval ratings at 20%?
Wow. And yeah, and in Discord, they think that they're going to have a blue wave come midterms. Yet I couldn't get anybody to take my bet this morning.
Well, first off, the Democrats don't have any money to bet.
Yeah. He goes, what do you want to bet? I said, I don't know. How about the loser has to swap parties for a week and be the opposite party for a week? Oh, that's too cheap. We need to bring in the high stakes. I go, okay, $3,000. I said, we send a blank money order to Graham. Graham holds it in escrow, and but that was too much. And then it was like, that's just too serious. I'm like, if you think your team's going to win, if you think your side's going to win, it's a sucker bet. That's called a sucker bet.
I actually might bet money on it because there are actual app platforms where you can bet money on it. And all these platforms, we know liberals love to gamble. Who's the people that gamble the most? The rich, the wealthy, or the poor? The poor.
The
And who's
poor?
poor? The Democrats. So that's exactly why. That's exactly why they're gambling. I'm willing to gamble against them Democrats for the midterms.
Wow,
300,000
300,000
votes in
votes.
Fulton, Georgia, just found to be unsigned.
Let me tell you what, if we get old Vlad on here from One Nation Under God, and y'all should check his channel out, we're going to plug him. We're going to ask him some questions because he has followed Maricopa County in particular since the beginning. And Chris better tune in for that episode.
Yeah. I guarantee you he's going to be dropping super chats left and right saying, "No, you're wrong. You're wrong."
Look here. When somebody follows the news on something like that from the beginning, they're pretty much a go-to source for all things Maricopa.
And if
They
he
ain't reading
moves to Florida
headlines.
next year, I definitely want to meet him.
Yeah, he was on the ground in Maricopa.
And that's funny how 300,000 votes in Fulton County came out because it was a week ago where the Trump administration said they're going to finally expose the cheating Democrats. Now today they exposed 300,000 stolen unsigned votes in Fulton.
Funny. Isn't it funny how as time goes on, more and more information comes forward about the 2020 election? Because there never was any transparency on it.
If we eat the rich,
Why
who's going
would
to give you a job?
Hey, do you want to restart the stream?
Yeah, sure. I'm down to do it. Hold on one second. We'll be back, fellas. We'll be back.